Anyway, that's we're here from Record, and we're back to a new Simpsons review. And if you already seen the last one, go and check it out. And this is Itchy and Scratchy Land, this episode, and it is another good episode. So the episode starts with, obviously, Lisa and Bart watching Itchy and Scratchy, with getting ripped and pretty much trying to pipe the muscles, but eventually doing it with enough holes, then chainsawing it, and them getting the news that a new Itchy and Scratchy town, or Itchy and Scratchy Land theme park is now opening, and the tickets price pretty much are being cut. Rice Krusty also comes out saying too, yeah, if you haven't bugged your parents on doing it, then do it now, while he's reading some papers. And he's telling, they go tell Homer was reading the Bible, and saying to go and talk to, obviously saying no, and talk to their mom, which they asked, but she said that they already have plans to go somewhere else. And of course, they're all sad, and yeah, it seems like a boring place that she describes. And Lisa comes in with Bart saying that he's dead. They're all shocked, but obviously he's dying to go to Itchy and Scratchy Land, and they're like, ugh. And there's actually an adult parents place that they can go to, which they describe, which they think they can go, and Marge thinks that it's going to end up like the other vacations, where she gets humiliated and end up like a total disaster, which they promise not to, which obviously we see these flashbacks where they're humiliated with these sharks, and oh really, which they're all packing, tell Grandpa Simpson about the Snowflake and what to do for Snowflake and Santa's little helper, and he already forgets, and he wonders which one's the mailman. So they're going on the interstate, and obviously the interstate, and he says that he's got an ace on his sleeve, which he starts honking. Then they see this restaurant, which obviously they're wondering if he can go, and he says no, which they pass. And they go to this checkpoint and fruits and vegetables, and Homer's all scared because they have fruits and vegetables everywhere. And once they start driving, they pretty much leave a lot of fruits and vegetables. And they go to this 5 countries standing, and they're wondering if they stand on it long enough, which they're all getting tired. They're wondering if they'll have to stop for the night. They crash into a post, and they're wondering, or they're like, thankfully that wasn't them, making you think it was them, but it wasn't. Obviously he's trying to figure out with the map, so he takes a shortcut, and pretty much they end up at Itchy and Scratchy Land. And they tell him, remember where they parked? They're in the itchy part, and there's the scratchy part lot. They're riding in this plane, and the pilots are talking about with these problems and stuff. So they go to Itchy and Scratchy Land, and it's exactly what you would expect. And she said that they can get Itchy and Scratchy money, pretty much. Which, yeah, they pretty much don't take Itchy and Scratchy money after they buy it. So they go to this place, which, yeah, they pretty much run in before they get chopped. And Marge wants to wonder where all this, when they would explain all this whole violent kind of thing. And she tells him to look over there. They turn. He runs. They're obviously going to a restaurant. And the waitress is saying that she discusses him, pretty much. When, yeah, they're having to name disgusting foods that it's called So they take Maggie to this play care place, and they toss her into this ball pit, which she ends up sinking with all these other kids that are all trapped. If you look at all these activities of lands to go to in Itchy and ScratchyLand, yeah, they seem very gruesome too, which pretty much the whole place is gruesome. Alright, if you think about it, the whole place is gruesome. Which Homer sees the parade, tells him about the parade, and giant robots, pretty much, which start shooting each other, and fake blood, I guess we can say, or maybe paint that's like blood, starts dripping onto people. And there's a little axe, and saying that the guy comes again saying that the robots are programmed to only attack each other and not humans, pretty much. Yeah, and that they're programmed. So they go onto a ride, end up falling, spikes and other things. They end up falling again onto mattresses. And the parents pretty much decide to go on the adult thing, which they go to the Itchy's 70s disco, which Bart and Lisa go over to the gift shop. Bart sees these license plates and sees every name that has B's, even Bert, but no Bart. And see these Itchy and Scratchy characters that they used for once, but not again. And there's the mascot, pretty much a guy in the costume. Bart pretty much steps on his foot. And Marge and Homer pretty much go into this place where it's New Year's Eve, or New Year's all the time, pretty much. And then they go to this mind place, and Bart, when they exit, he kicks the guy in the foot. Maggie obviously sinking. They're thinking that they're uncomfortable, so they load in more balls, and they watch a origin about Itchy and Scratchy, and we see this little thing going on, which, yeah, really weird. And this funny Pinocchio thing, pretty much, saying that, promise me you would never hurt me, or hurt anybody, and he promises. The nose pretty much stabs him in the eye. So they eventually go and get a drink. And Bart sees the guy in the suit again. So Lisa's telling him no, which he grabs the slingshot. He grabs this traveling kit. And of course, he gets caught, obviously. And Homer's there too, because he says that he kicked one of the guys in the costumes. And of course, Marge wanting the t-shirts to say great vacation ever, pretty much. And getting the announcement that pretty much Homer is arrested and Bart are arrested. And she's very basically very sad about. And when she's trying to make a compliment, they're trying to take her into a hole to go and die in. And again, she's making a compliment. And the professor comes saying that only in 24 hours, obviously, the robots will all go haywire. They have. Which, yeah, they already start going attacking people. Which, yeah, Marge is very angry at Homer. And the robots then come and start to attack. Yep. Which, they cut off his hair, and Marge is like, they should have gone to the birds sanctuary, which, yeah, is not very well either. They try to go on a plane, which they get kicked off. And Homer's like, they can't ruin, the only one that can ruin their vacation is Homer and Bart. which he tries throwing different things, even his underwear, at the robots. Then he uses the camera, and the flash is on, so it takes a picture and it knocks them out pretty much. So they get the idea to pretty much take pictures with the flash on, and it defeats the robots. So they eventually do it and defeat all the robots. And Lisa actually does make a point that they did exactly what Marge did do, which was basically things to remember. But yeah, she said that they exactly did, pretty much, and not to speak of it again. And the guy that is in the studio and improves that we've seen before thanks him for dealing with the robots, and as a reward, they get 2 free passes, pretty much. And yeah, pretty much this guy that works there saying that Itchy and ScratchyLand is open for business. We're saying that it's empty. And we see or the kids watching Itchy and Scratchy, and Marge saying that it's fine to watch it on TV, but not to do it in real life. Which, yeah, Lisa throws her Sue, gets sent to her room, and after Marge laughs. So yeah, that'll end this episode, and again, another good episode. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you like, subscribe to the channel. I just wanted to get things turned on, so machines being new, and let me know what y'all think. Catch you on the next one.